Hello and welcome back to the Hellraiser blog. Just thought I'd do a quick blog because I'm here in Grand Cayman with a fighter, Moses Jolly, heavyweight, who's 10-0. He's got his first 10 rounder and his first title fight tomorrow, so we're quite excited about that. We've been here for 2 weeks to acclimatise. And to be honest, I'm glad that we took the 2 weeks because last night was the first night that I've slept properly since I've been here, because I keep waking up in the middle of the night and stuff. If you can hear all this banging and exploding outdoors, I'm not in a war zone. It's because it's the 4th of July, which is like the American national holiday, so they're all celebrating their independence or whatever it is on the 4th of July. We're fighting on the 5th of July. Moses is boxing John Cortez. We were originally signed up to box Franklin Ignatius, but then Ignatius pulled out. And the promoters were good enough to keep us on the show and just change the opponent. We've got a guy called John Cortez, who's 14 wins, 12 losses. We're boxing for the NBC America's title, heavyweight title. Cortez is 14 wins and 12 losses, and Moses Jolly's 10 fights, 10 wins. So the record certainly would be in our favour. Also, Moses has definitely got a reach and a height advantage, although he has a weight disadvantage. But Moses is very fast, and I think it's an attribute of his that puts him at a big advantage over most of his opponents is his speed. So the fact that the other guy is heavier doesn't necessarily count against us. I don't think he'll be stronger, and I certainly don't expect his punches to carry more velocity than Moses' punches. So we're in a place called Boggy Sands in Grand Cayman, which is a beautiful place. If you ever get a chance to come here on holiday, I would absolutely recommend it. We've loved our time here. We've absolutely loved it. We've been swimming in the sea. You've got white sand beaches, turquoise sea. I mean, it's like an island paradise. It is a beautiful place. But we didn't go on the beach today because Moses is boxing tomorrow, so no swimming yesterday, no swimming today, no swimming tomorrow. And I thought, if he's not going to swim, I'm not going to swim either, in solidarity with him. We're here for 2 days after the fight, so we will go and catch up then, go and swim and have some beach time. But it's a beautiful place. We've loved coming here. We trained in a gym called Rec Room, which is a absolute state-of-the-art training facility. It's brilliant. The only thing we've missed really by coming to Cayman is sparring, because there are no sparring partners here. If I came again, I would probably look to bring a sparring partner for at least 1 week, or alternatively, we've actually been speaking to a coach who's based in Colombia, who's got boxers boxing here, and was thinking maybe we could fly to Colombia first, do 2 weeks of acclimatization and training there, and then for the last week come here, because we're not going to spar the last week anyway. So this is a big step for us. You know, I've been with Moses right from the start. He's only had 3 amateur bouts and he lost 2 of those. Now he's had 10 pro fights, he's won them all, he's stopped 7 of them. He's just getting better and better and better. I think for me, the strategy moving forwards with Moses is just pace it. There's no rush. No one's desperate to race into fights sooner than we need them. And he showed such improvement and such potential that I think it would be crazy to rush into fights too soon. I think if I can keep him on that crest of a wave where his learning curve is just really through the roof, you know, in 12 months' time, who's to say how good he'll be? Because he is brilliant. He's a great fighter. And it's easy when you're training or you're managing a fighter to sort of fall in love with the fighter and think he's better than what he is. But we've been all over the world sparring, and I mean, look, and I spent a lot of my life watching fighters spar in the gym and fight, and he's just surpassed anything that I could have asked of him at the beginning. So now we've got a test of sorts tomorrow. We were really up. We studied this Frank and Ignatius, and we were really sort of up for fighting him. That fell through. Maybe there's a way to fight Ignatius, on a Sky show or somewhere back home in the UK where there might be demand for it, and Sky would almost certainly plough a good amount of money into that fight. Good fight for the viewers. But I only lasted about 24 hours. Well, I was on a bit of a downer because me and Moses' coach, David John, we sort of really scrutinised Ignatius and started thinking, well, we're going to work on this and we're going to get this type of sparring and we're going to work on this. And we were sort of just gearing up for that fight when the fight got cancelled. So now we're fighting a completely different opponent, which actually isn't a problem, but it's just the motivation. Like I say, it did take a dip for about 24 hours when it was like, oh, we're not fighting the guy with, I think Ignatius has got like a 12-2 record, something like that, or 11-2, something like that. So the fight is just outside Georgetown in a place called Margaritaville Hotel. And it's for the NBA America's heavyweight title. So Moses Jolly is of Arawak Indian descent, Native American descent, so he qualified for that title. And obviously his opponent's from Colombia, so he also qualifies for the America's titles. Roy Jones Jr. has got a fighter on the bill, and he was at the weigh-in, so we got some pictures with him. I've always long been a big fan of his, so happy to see that. And it's all gone quite well so far. Too swimmingly well. I mean, I had a lot of reservations before we came here, and I think Moses did too, but we sort of talked about it and just decided, right, just take this plunge, we'll go with it. We're going to go out there, and it's a new experience for Moses, certainly. But we've thoroughly enjoyed it. We're very well looked after here. If you get the opportunity to come out here, I would say snatch it with both hands. I was very hesitant and skeptical, if you like, when we were offered the opportunity. And I think if I get asked again, then I'll be a lot easier with with organising everything, because we've been looked after really well. Moses has worked well since we've been here. Really glad that we went to Las Vegas first, because I think that set us up very nicely for this trip. The improvements that I've seen in his boxing since the start of the Vegas trip has been tremendous. And we were talking about it this morning. He was saying, oh, but I prefer it here to Vegas. To be honest, me too. Right, I prefer it here to Vegas. But the good thing about Vegas is the sparring. You don't get the sparring in Grand Cayman, unfortunately. But in Las Vegas, what really made him improve was the sparring. And I watched tapes of him at the beginning of our trip and then tapes of him at the end, and I can really notice the improvements that he's made. So that's what gave me so much confidence to actually make the fight out here. I thought, right, now he's sort of understanding stuff that I don't think he did quite understand so well before we went sparring in Vegas. So now we're in good shape. Really, really, really looking forward to tomorrow. If you're in the UK, you can watch it. I think it's at 10:30. We're boxing at 10:30 Cayman time, which I believe is 4:30 UK time. So we'll box at very early, but it'll be on the stream, and I'll be posting a stream to all my social media channels. And you can watch the fight live if you want to, free of charge. There you go. And yeah, we're really looking forward to it. And it's a big night for us. Keep your fingers crossed for us, and I'll be back on here before long, no doubt, give you my views on what happened in the fight. Okay, cheers very much for watching. If you enjoy it, please hit like and subscribe, and catch you again soon on the channel. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.